Hosted in conjunction with Chris Media, the CEO interview series allows investors to hear directly from the CEOs leading the companies featured on Wholesale Investor. Enjoy the interview and reach out via the details in the description.
Hi, and welcome to another episode of the CEO interview series. Today we have a guest returning, Iggy Tan, Managing Director of Altech Chemicals. Welcome back to Crisp TV, Iggy.
Thank you for having me, Rhythm.
Amazing. Now, Iggy, I read that you have recently announced a joint venture for the commercialization of sodium alumina solid-state batteries. Can you please talk to us a little bit about that?
Yes, thank you. We announced a couple of weeks ago very exciting news where we have a joint venture to commercialize a brand new battery technology called sodium alumina solid-state batteries. Now, let me explain a bit about some of the benefits of this battery. Now, as you know, lithium-ion batteries are very good batteries, but they have some challenges. The first challenge, I'm sure you've seen in the news, fire and explosion and thermal runaway. So that's one of the concerns of lithium-ion batteries. The other concern is the life of the battery. They generally around 8 to 10 years, and then they have to be replaced. And then finally, a lot of people don't realize that lithium-ion batteries only operate in a very narrow temperature range, from 15 degrees to 35 degrees. And they don't often operate well in very cold climates. Our new batteries, which we have called Serenergy batteries, actually resolves those three problems. Our batteries are totally fireproof and explosion proof. The life of our batteries are nearly double that of lithium-ion batteries, closer to 15-year life. And finally, they operate at a very wide temperature range. They can operate in very cold climates as well as desert conditions.
Perfect. Now, Iggy, I also understand that there have been some concerns about the critical metals in lithium-ion batteries. So, can you talk to us about that?
Yeah. So the other challenges of lithium-ion batteries is the price of lithium. So lithium is the main component of a lithium-ion battery, and the price of lithium has gone up sixfold in the last 12 months. And that's adding a lot of pressure on the production costs of lithium-ion batteries. The other component is often cobalt. And if you understand cobalt, 70% of cobalt comes from the Republic of Congo. And you've heard about some of the labor issues or child labor issues. So cobalt represents an ethical issue for the industry. The third area is graphite. 90% of graphite worldwide comes from China. And so it represents a geopolitical risk for the industry. And then finally, copper. Copper is a major component of batteries. There is 2.5 times of copper in an electric vehicle compared to a normal vehicle. And there's a recent report that shows that there's not enough copper mines being developed worldwide to even meet the forecast for electric vehicles, let alone the grid storage market. Our batteries do not contain any lithium, cobalt, graphite, or copper. It is essentially a salt battery. So essentially it's a ceramic tube, which is the solid state technology. In the ceramic tube, we have salt crystals and nickel metal powder, and that tube sits in a canister. When you charge the battery, the sodium ions migrate through the ceramic tube and forms a molten sodium on the other side. So it's a self-forming anode and a self-discharging anode. So we don't have any anode in our batteries. So you can imagine the cost implications of that. We don't have any lithium, we don't have any graphite, we don't have any copper, and we don't have any cobalt. So this is amazing technology, and we are developing these batteries for the grid storage market.
Thank you for explaining that, Iggy. Now let us talk about the commercialization aspect. So obviously the science and the technology, they are promising. So what are your plans for commercialization of this technology?
Yeah, we've announced that we want to build a 100 megawatt sodium alumina solid state battery plant in Saxony, Germany, which is on the east part of Germany. 100 megawatts represents 10,000 battery modules at 10 kilowatts. And we have the 75% joint venture of this project. So we're looking at completing a feasibility study. And then once we get this project up and running, our long-term vision is to get into a gigafactory.
Exciting. Now, Iggy, can you tell us about who actually developed the technology? Can you share a little bit about that?
Yes, thank you, Rhythm. If we developed a technology, most people would say there is a long lead time to get to commercialization. Well, we never developed a technology. The technology was developed by Fraunhofer IKTS, which is a leading German battery institute. And over 8 years and spending 35 million euros, they have developed the technologies through research and development. In fact, they even operate a 25 million euro pilot plant, which are now producing these battery modules that are undergoing severe testing program. So the technology is well developed, and what we're doing is commercializing it. What Fraunhofer was looking for was a partner that had land in Germany that can build this plant, had some battery background, had somebody that understood about alumina because the ceramic tube is actually made of alumina, and was entrepreneurial in their outlook. So we met that criteria, and through the process, we've now signed a joint venture where we're at 75% ownership of this technology, and we're developing this exciting technology for the grid storage market. Now, grid storage is growing as fast as the EV sector, so growing at around 28% year on year. And essentially, grid storage is providing energy storage so that when the sun is shining, you can charge your batteries and use that energy during the night, which is what most Australians would be interested in.
Absolutely. Now, Iggy, as a parting question, and this is for the prospective shareholders that we have in the audience, what can they look forward to with the, in the medium to long term in terms of a strategic outlook of Altech Chemicals?
Well, obviously, very exciting technology. So since we announced the joint venture deal, our market cap has nearly doubled. So there's a lot of interest in the market, and shareholders are on a journey of a game-changing technology that is alternative to lithium-ion batteries. We don't intend to replace lithium-ion batteries. We want to provide a very good alternate, particularly for the grid storage market. So shareholders can look forward to a lot of news in this development as we push through to a bankable feasibility study and then through funding and construction.
Well, congratulations on everything that has been achieved so far, Iggy, and I wish you all the luck with your venture. For anyone who's interested to get in touch with the team, please see the details at the side of the screen and in the description, and the team at Altech will reach out to you. Well, thank you so much, Iggy, for joining me on this interview today.
Thank you for having me.